Welcome back to That Dad Guy, and we are at the Moncton Coliseum once again for Radical Speed Sport East. Now, I'm dressed a little different than you normally see me. It's because I'm in my Moncton Coliseum uniform. Did you know I used to work here? So I still have the uniform. But yeah, I used to work here as an usher for the hockey games, for the concerts, and for all the special events that came here, including Speed Sport East, where I got to know so many great people. And that's why I want to do things a little bit different today. Normally I go inside this building, we climb the stairs, we go in through those front doors, and we see all the amazing cars that are in there. Yeah, we're gonna do that, but not in this video. Today, I want to focus on all the amazing people that make this event possible. The organizers, the staff, the vendors that come here, the celebrity guests that are here, the people that bring their cars, and of course, all the people that walk through this door, pay their admission to see what is inside. So if you'll indulge me a little bit, I want to climb these stairs, I want to go inside and talk to a few people and see who gets to be here this year.
I'm Lloyd Kay, and I've been with the show for 51 years since it started.
And what's been your responsibilities with the show? What did you start doing?
I've done everything.
You've done everything, okay.
I've done a little bit of everything, yeah.
So, part of that everything, what does it entail? To make sure that this show goes...
just make sure it's all laid out, you know, what goes on the floor gets laid out, and the people are there to man it, and to make sure it happens, I guess is what it amounts to.
What brings you back year after year?
I love it. This is my life.
And what got you into cars?
I've always was a car lover even when I was a kid.
What's the first car you owned?
It was a 71 Volkswagen.
Okay. And what's been your favorite car that you've owned?
Ooh, good question. I've had a lot. I've had a lot.
Do you still have a bit of a car collection yourself? Or no?
I have a naughty TT convertible.
Okay. It's become a family basically
Yeah,
over all
basically,
these years.
yeah, they're all family people. Or not on my family. But
yeah.
Car show family.
That's right.
Which extends over into the Christmas show, the Turner's Christmas show family.
Yeah,
and all the same people.
Right. And then probably Victoria Park too.
Victoria Park too.
Right.
Same people. Yeah.
Is there one memory of this show that stands out above anything else? When you think of this show?
Oh, just some of the people we've had here. You know, we've had some major musical acts or bands.
Yeah.
The first band that was ever here for the first show was in a group called the Greaseball Boogie Band,
okay.
Which turned into an outfit called Shooter. When they were here, they changed their name.
Wow.
And Shooter had a couple records. They were a 50s, 60s type of band.
Okay.
Yeah. And then we've had bands like that. Freddie Cannon was here. Freddie Cannon did a yo-yo, played the yo-yos out on the stage. Mm-hmm. And then we've had some wrestlers. Well, we always have wrestlers.
Yeah.
We've had some big name wrestlers. Randy Piper.
Yeah, Roddy Piper.
Roddy Piper, yeah. And then we had Macho Man and Elizabeth were here.
Yeah.
Those are the ones that I remember the most. Yeah.
For me, I remember Dukes of Hazzard.
All the Dukes of Hazzard.
Every one of them, Boss Hogg, they've all been here.
One of the year we had the major car show here, which was the finale for this district, which covered all of eastern U.S. and Canada. We had James Best here.
Okay.
You know, Roscoe P. Coltrane.
Yeah.
And then well, he was followed by Boss Hog. So they've all been here pretty well.
So it only seems natural that last year for the 50th they had the Dukes of Hazzard jump.
It was just perfect.
Yeah, and then Ray's come back again this year in order to visit with everybody. And
yeah, no, he found the people were so nice up here that he came back again.
Well, it's great that we have this every year, and hopefully it goes for another 50 years.
Let's hope so.
Thank you so much.
It's a great show. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey guys, Mike Hall from Rust Valley Restorers, Rust Pros Restorations, and what's my YouTube channel? Rust Pros Official.
There you go, you got everything going on.
Yeah.
So how long have you been involved in cars?
Well, I mean, basically we started restoring when the show started. In the meantime, and for 40 years, I'd just been collecting and hoarding and stockpiling. It was, and as guys are into cars, I know it's one of the worst habits to break and one of the most expensive to keep.
Do you remember the first car that got you excited about cars?
Well, my first vehicle was a 51 International, but the first car that I bought was one we actually recreated on the show. It was a 61 Sunbeam Alpine with a V6.
Okay.
When I was a kid, I really liked the sports cars, and I look at that little Sunbeam 8-inch TAs all the way around and the rake, and it was a pretty cool car.
Well, I saw the episode where you redid your father's car.
Yep, the T-Bird, yep.
Yeah, so was that one of the ones that kind of influenced you along the way? Was he a car guy?
Well, no, he wasn't a car guy, but he'd actually used to work for a Ford dealership, so he'd sold that car brand new in 1964 to his uncle. And the guy was, it was a 4-door Mercury Montcalm, but the old guy said, well, I'd like it to go, Stan. So they special ordered a solid lifter Police Interceptor 390 for it. So, I mean, my dad never owned the T-Bird. Basically, I wasn't going to redo a 4-door.
Yeah.
When we picked the car up, the rear end fell out of it. But we took the rear end out. We took the 390. We rebuilt it, 400 horse, shoved it in that T-Bird with a Tremec and front disc brakes and narrowed the 9-inch. So basically, we took the heart and legs, and that's what we put back into the baby bird.
Turn it into a beautiful car.
Oh yeah, my baby brother's, well, I can't call him baby anymore. He's 6'5", 300 pounds. But anyway, my younger brother has it now, so.
So what is it about cars you think that makes, the whole world a family? Like, it doesn't matter the religion, the color, the whatever, everyone, they get attracted to cars.
I call them metallic memory magnets. Because, everybody, when I used to have the Field of Dreams and some old guy would go down in the field and he's looking at a car and he's somewhere else, right? Because the cars, they seem to retain memories and people just look at the car and the memories come back. So it's a cool thing. And I think the reason most people are attracted to them now, especially my generation, one, we can afford them because they aren't cheap, but two, they just harken back to a simpler time in life where you could fix things, you could keep things going. Nowadays you buy a new car, you open the hood, I don't even know where to start. Right. The sensor comes on, you're in limp mode and call a tow truck, right? Not like, we need spark, compression, and fuel and we're gonna get it running, or a siphon or a 5-gallon jerry can, or a hot wire to the coil, or pull off the ignition and run a Y to the, but nowadays I think it's just people want to get back to a simpler time, and like I said, they just bring back memories. And memories are very important and very powerful.
Speaking of memories, what will you have as a memory of coming to Moncton?
6-day agonizing train ride, and anyway, and a lot of friendly people, right?
Yeah, we're a large country, so it
Yep.
takes a long time to get from British Columbia to get to New Brunswick.
Well, the thing is, I mean, it doesn't matter if you drive or take a train. I mean, it's 6 days. I will say one thing about the train. It's an amazing way to see the country, but book ahead and get a sleeper.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Mike. I appreciate you taking the time.
Hey, my pleasure. Thank you very
Thank you.
much.
I'm Raymond Kohn. I'm a stunt driver of the Northeast Ohio Dukes. I'm the guy who jumped the famous Radical Speed Sport Canada jump car.
So what
last
brings you
year.
back again this year?
So unfortunately, last year we had a long trip back to Ohio, so we didn't get to stay here as long as we wanted and meet and greet the fans. So Joe had us come back so we could meet all the people we didn't get a chance to meet last year.
Perfect. And I hear you've got a couple of jumps coming up.
Yeah, we got a couple jumps coming up in the United States. Kentucky, we're going to be jumping over a huge water fountain, a historic landmark. This fountain was built like in 1890, something like that.
Okay.
So it's downtown Somerset, Kentucky, and we're going to be jumping over.
Now you will be going over the center of it or the height beside it so you don't danger it.
That is sort of, no, we're definitely jumping over the center. Whether I'm going over the water or through the water, it's a little debatable. I personally think that it would be cool to see the General Lee break through a wall of water.
That would be cool.
Seeing that push bar come through the wall in a slow motion video, you know,
Yeah.
I think that would be epic. And then we have a full stunt show where we do acting, fight scenes, explosions, and other car wrecks. That's going to be, I want to say it's June 7th in Maryland at the Allegheny County Fairgrounds.
Okay. And this has become a whole family production, right? You're the wife, the kids, everybody are involved in it.
If you're not blood related to me, then you were a fan of my earlier stunts, and you became family.
Right.
After that happened. You know, all of the success that we've had in doing these stunt shows, I'm just the guy behind the wheel. I have a whole team, a whole crew of people that make it happen. We all work together as a team. We lose as a team, we win as a team. And just for an example, you know, we came up to Canada, and Chris and Belinda, they literally treated us like family when we got here. And now they're a part of our crew. They came to Ohio and they were at the Mopar Nats jump with us.
To be back in Canada.
Very welcoming. You guys were awesome to us last year. I told Jonathan and Joe that we've been doing this for almost 20 years now. We have yet to have somebody who would bring us in that treated us as well as they did. I'm telling you, working side by side makes a stunt show successful and safe. And we've worked so well with them, and they've worked so well with us, and it takes the stunt team and the venue team to work together to make it all come together and a safe, fun family time for everyone. And because they you know, were willing to do everything that it was going to take to make sure that this was pulled off the correct and safe way, is why we all had a great outcome last year.
Awesome.
Yeah, you couldn't ask for a bunch of better people to work with. At a drop of a hat, we'd come back here and do another stunt for Joe.
Well, maybe in a different car. Who knows?
The Bandit.
Yeah.
The Bandit, or there's the Knight Rider car.
Have you ever jumped in Mr. Bean car?
But you know what? People love the General Lee.
Yeah.
You know, it takes them back to when, you know, the world wasn't so chaotic.
Right.
and where people actually cared for each other, people loved each other. It takes us back to our childhood.
Right.
You know, so.
Yeah, some memories of that 80s show for sure.
Right.
All right. Well, thanks so much, Ray.
All right. Thanks for having me on.
You're welcome.
I love your videos, by the way.
Well, what do you think? All these special people and more come here every year to make this show possible, and they do a fantastic job. I want to take this opportunity to thank Mike Hall from Rust Brothers for the interview, from Raymond Kohn, who jumped the General Elite just down here last year, for letting me interview him as well, and of course Lloyd Kay, who's been a part of the show for 51 years and giving me a little sneak peek behind the scenes of what it takes to get these shows underway. Next year, maybe you'll pass through these doors for the 52nd show and get a chance to see some of these individuals. If you do, say thank you, shake their hand. I'm sure they'd appreciate it. They do an amazing job. And all those people that wouldn't let me take their picture in this year's video, maybe I'll get you next year. So thanks so much to everybody for putting on an amazing event. And I look forward to next year's. Have a magical week. What, Polo? You say like, subscribe, share, and tell all your friends.
Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy?
Bye.